another episode of Tea Time with Key. I'm your host, Key. And as you can see, we have two very special guests on the show today. I have Mr. and Miss North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. I haven't said that in a minute. On the show today, and we're going to be talking about what we wish we knew before we came to an HBCU. But first, let's talk a little bit about you guys' experience being Mr. and Miss A&T. So, y'all can introduce yourselves. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know which camera to look at. Okay. I'm gonna look at this one. Hey everyone, my name is Diamond Mangrum, and I am a senior double majoring in biological engineering and applied mathematics.
And she's from?
No!
Yes.
Oh, I'm also from Prince George's County, Maryland.
And my name is 301. Stand up. Shout out to PG. My name is Armani May. I'm a senior economics student with the concentration in law from South Haven, Michigan.
And we have the honor
and privilege
of serving as the 85th
and 12th
Miss
and Mr. North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University.
I wasn't even ready.
Little shabby.
Cute.
We're a little
that.
rusty.
That was real cute. Look, I got him on the show too. Okay, that's cute. All right. So, what has y'all experience been like at A&T so far?
Ladies first.
Go.
Ladies first.
Just A&T in general, or as Miss Ada?
Well, you can talk about your rain year.
Well, A&T in general, I have really loved my experience. Pretty much every aspect of it, I think it's really opened up a new world for me. It's really broadened my perspective on like the world, how I view people around me, and also like myself. I feel like I've really grown and really been able to like pinpoint a lot of qualities about myself and learn about myself through being here. And it's just crazy that I'm a senior now because it seems like I just got here.
I swear, it does feel like that. It definitely feels like that.
For my experience here at A&T, it truly has been nothing less than amazing. Actually, I wasn't really planning on going to a HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
I actually even wasn't planning on going to North Carolina. And when it was time to pick, A&T was nowhere in my spectrum. But I really feel like I was placed there for a reason, and ever since then, like it's just simply been amazing. The connections I have made, the friends I've met. So I've learned so much about myself, just in general. A&T has treated me very well.
No, that's facts. Because I originally did not want to go to HBCU. I was like, that's going to be like, I didn't think that would be diverse enough. But then I came to HBCU and realized like the real definition of diversity is like everybody's coming from different places and stuff. So it's still a very diverse community here. So let's get into what y'all feel like y'all wish y'all knew before y'all came to a HBCU. So what's like some things I feel like I wish y'all knew?
Well, just schools in general.
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay.
Not just the HBCU. College is really hard. High school, I was in like a science and tech program, so it was pretty hard. So I guess I kind of assumed because I was already felt like I was in like, oh, this is a program, I'm gonna be ready for college, like it's gonna be easy. No, college has been really hard, and like I've decided to like double major, and I guess I added my second major my second semester of my freshman year, and I don't know if I was just an eager freshman. Two majors, but I don't regret it at all because I love both of my majors, and I can't see myself not having both of them now. But it's hard. It's so time management is. I try not to like complain and things like that, but it's really been a growing and learning experience for me. So that's something I would want to know. I think I would better prepare myself in high school by like establishing better study habits and just getting in that routine early on so that when I came to college, it wouldn't be such a shock.
Right, no facts.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with Diamond. But for me, I would say that failure is okay. That's something I really learned throughout college. You know, high school, you have your ups and downs, but in college you're on your own. Like you're away from your parents, you're away from your family. So failure is okay, but it's truly all about how you bounce back from failure. It's how you use those tools to motivate you and to say, okay, I'm not gonna do this same mistake the next time. I'm not gonna do this same. You just really have to learn from your mistakes in order to be better because you have to fail to succeed.
Right. No, that's facts. I want to touch on that because I feel like I failed a lot at the beginning of college, and I was like beating myself up about it. And I realized, like you said, it's about how you bounce back from it, how you handle your failure, and the lessons you learn from it. Because a lot of people fail and then don't learn a lesson from it, and they keep repeating that same mistake. So something I wish I knew is definitely like the time management, but also like no one's gonna baby you. So you gotta wake up on time for class. Nobody about to be knocking on your door like where you at, where you not in class. Like you gotta make sure you know those things. I wish I knew better study habits. I definitely did. And also like actually talking to my professors, because I feel like in high school, you already kind of get that relationship with your teachers because they all know you naturally. But in college, you have to go out your way to create a relationship with your professors and stuff like that. And I think that's really important that we do that, because when finals come around and stuff like that, we're trying to get them grades. Like you don't even know teacher names sometimes. So what's about to say? So what's some like tips you guys would give somebody coming into college?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you went first last time. Try new things and get involved. You will not enjoy your college experience just doing school. Academics, yes, that's what we came to college to do. But yes, this is like 4 to 5 years, depending on, or your 4 to 5, 6 years, depending on what your story is, and that's cool. Just so you know, that's cool. But get involved. I met some of my greatest friends. I met so many people through connections, networking, all that stuff, just by being involved. Don't extenuate yourself, or ever extend yourself, but get involved. That's what I would say.
And kind of like to piggyback off of what Armani was saying, I think my biggest tip would be try experimenting with like study techniques early. So like one thing that helps me, I have to like reward myself, like literally. So if I say, let's say I have like 25 problems to do, and these are not like problems 5 plus 5, they're long drawn out. So what I have to do, because I get overwhelmed, and I'll admit that because I used to be a person who's not even admit when I'm overwhelmed, but I would do like 4. And then I'll say, okay, if you do these 4 problems, you can go to Insomnia Cookies. I'm like, okay, if you do 4 problems, you can order Insomnia Cookies. Or like, because, I love food, y'all. But just find something to motivate you, because I think that's the biggest thing, finding motivation. Because, all day long we hear, my family motivates me, and that's true. My success, all of those things. But when you're in the heat of the moment, it's like, I can't go no more.
Right.
And, food. That's probably not good, but
no, that's definitely good. I think it's about. I don't even think it's about food. It might be food for you, but it's small wins for somebody else. So like for me, when I'm studying, I have to turn my phone off. Like I have to turn my phone off, or put my phone far away from me. So if I'm studying for like 45 minutes, I was like, okay, these last 15 minutes, I'm gonna let you get on Instagram. That's what I have to do. That's how I reward myself to keep myself going. It's about the small wins. And lately, I've been saying like little stuff on Twitter. Don't forget to reward yourself by the small wins. People like, I just did this. Okay. Yeah, like reward yourself with the small wins. Like small wins count, because small wins add up to big wins. And it's motivation.
That's true. That's a good thing you said, that small wins come into big wins. Because somebody had told me this quote, like, if you keep beating at the same place through a brick wall, now little do I know if you really want to beat through a brick wall. But if you keep beating at that same spot, like at some point it's gonna break that wall. Like them small wins is gonna break through something. For me, I definitely wish I like stayed more involved. Like I be regretting that I didn't stay as involved as I was like my freshman and sophomore year, and really finding like not a clique or anything like that, but that type of club that you really like, and trying to be there and grow with that club. I really wish that I could have done that while I was in college, because now I look back and I'm like, I feel like I didn't get to stay and meet a lot of people and stuff like that. So that's something I wish. What made you guys want to run for Miss A&T?
You went first.
Kind of.
Go ahead.
Honestly, it's the same reason.
I mean,
yeah, it's
a little different.
it's a little different. You go first. I went first.
No, you were so eager to talk.
No, was it?
Why did I want to run for Miss A&T? Is that the question? So, funny story. Didn't want to run for Miss A&T. So, yeah, shocker. So, as a freshman, I was like, I didn't know anything about HBCU royalty, to be honest. And I remember finding out about like Miss A&T, and I was like, oh, that would be so cute to do. Like I literally have a video in my Snapchat right now, like with my roommate freshman year, and I'm like, my name is Diamond, and I'm your next Miss North Carolina, A&T State University.
That's cute.
I should put that video up.
I
should put that video up. It's so funny because like my roommates in the back like, go Queen, and like we were joking.
Yes,
so fast forward, I didn't want to run for Miss Junior either, but that's another story. So I became Miss Junior.
You're crazy.
The Lord has really been guiding my ordering my steps, and He is so good because I just can't see it any other way. But I just felt like I saw a need within like the students of the university, and I felt like nobody understood that need like I did, and I'm really just a passionate person. Like I really just wanted to like serve the students. I wanted to be like a light, an example, and encourage them to really like tap into the purpose and the passion that's inside of them, and like push their boundaries. And like even with me running for Miss A&T, that was huge for me because, believe it or not, this position has really brought me out of my shell. I used to be very like shy, not really wanting to talk or like be in the shadows. So that's really like my testimony that God has been using me or growing me in this position. And I think that's a testimony to other people to see like, oh yeah, she can do it, then I can do it too.
Right.
That's nice.
I ran for Mr. what? I ran for Mr. A&T simply because I saw, like Diamond said, I didn't know anything about HBCU royalty. All this was new to me. But I ran because I saw how much of an impact I could make on, like, not just for my university, for the students, for everybody around me who has a piece of A&T with them. So I just feel like that was a big reason that I came out. And I said if I was always going to do it, I was going to give it 150%. I was going to give my all to it. So that's honestly the short answer.
That's good.
And the community as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's real good. And so you mentioned God. So how has God like really helped you throughout college?
I really would not.
Couldn't
I literally
do it without
wouldn't be
him.
here.
And
like, I feel like that's such a cliche answer, but like I really would
No,
not
I feel
be here.
that.
People ask me like all the time, like, how are you juggling Miss A&T and your majors and all? And I'm like, I really don't have an answer. It's only God. I've leaned on Him a lot. Like I have to have my devotions. Like if I don't have my devotions, I'm off. Like literally off for the whole day. And we have a bad attitude. But anyway, I just really have had to rely on Him more. Like being in college, I'm running for Miss A&T, and I feel like that's awesome because our relationship has grown closer, and I think that's just allowed me to be a better leader for people around me.
I couldn't do my first year of college without God. So I know I couldn't even do 4 years and Mr. A&T without Him. I really rely and depend on Him. And I try not to worry because you can't worry and pray and trust Him because it kind of defeats the purpose. Exactly. It's like white and black. It just you have to do it. So
They can't exist.
That's a word.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Like, but I truly could not have done this thing without Him. But I had to. You have to give up some things. You got to give up some things, and you have to make time for Him.
Right.
And if you make time for Him, He'll reward you, give you the desires of your heart.
No, that's facts. Yeah, for me, like I think it was like sophomore year when I finally was like, well, first like foreshadow. My mom didn't make me go to church or anything like that. So I kind of really established my own relationship with God when I got to college. So my relationship with Him really grew like my sophomore year. I was just super depressed, and now I look at depression kind of just like as a state of mind, and like I feel like we can bring ourselves out of it. You just can't think about the past so much. I feel like it's us focusing on the past a lot. But God really helped bring me out of that because it was just like when I really started praying and writing my prayers down and seeing that He was answering them, it was like, oh my gosh, He's been here this whole time. And I wasn't listening, I wasn't paying attention and realizing He was right there with me. And like y'all are saying, like faith and fear can't exist in the same place. Like you gotta really trust God. So that's definitely a fact. But something else I do wish I knew before I came here is like, nobody, like I said, nobody's gonna baby you, but don't wait until like your junior, senior year to like try to start getting internships and job opportunities. And not saying, oh, you cannot have an internship and stuff those years, or you can't have one your junior year, but more so like start looking toward those things because once we get to the end of college, it becoming real fast. So have you guys had, you had an internship experience, right? Oh yeah, with NASA. How did that go?
I loved being at NASA. It was awesome because my mentor at NASA, she was a HBCU alum too, so she went to Tuskegee, and we still keep in contact. It's so funny because the whole time I was at the internship, she didn't know that I was Miss Junior. So like she didn't find out until like I was about to go back to school, and she was like, I was with you the whole summer and you never told me you were on the record. So like, you know, we keep up in Facebook and stuff, things like that. But in terms of the internships thing, I think it is really important to balance like the schoolwork thing, but also like your career. Right. For me, I'm always more motivated to like apply for applications and stuff more than homework. That's kind of bad. I don't know if that's bad or not. Is that bad?
I feel like that's that's what we're here for. At the end of the day, like we want to get a career.
Yeah. So, wait, what was the question?
The question. I forgot the damn question. The question. Damn, what was the question? Well, the question was, how was your internship?
Oh, how was my internship? It was a great experience. As like pretty much the only Black woman besides my mentor, it was interesting to see our place in corporate America, I guess we would say. Even though like, you know, NASA's a government agency. But that disparity is definitely there. And I think being there and seeing that at an early stage, I think I have a better perspective of like where I want to go, or just demanding that respect that I don't want to put anybody on. Demanding that respect that I felt like sometimes as a minority we're kind of like brushed over, brushed off, and so I guess it really instilled in me a motivation to ensure that that's never the case. Whether that's me starting my own business or just ensuring that whatever culture that I walk into post college, that I'm comfortable and that the people around me respect me in that way.
That's facts. And then what about networking? Because I've known y'all since freshman year for the most part, and y'all have always just been bubbly and nice around campus and stuff like that. So how have y'all like done a good job with networking? What's some advice that y'all would give to somebody about networking in college?
Networking in college.
I have good advice.
She's great at
No,
you know everybody, Don.
She knows everybody.
Don't do that. Both of y'all know everybody.
No, I don't really do that.
Yeah, but say y'all know everybody.
I think we have to get over this whole awkward stage.
That's what it.
When I came to college, like I said, in high school I was not. Hey girl. But I said, Diamond, it's your time to snap out of it. Like, you don't have time. Like, for where you want to go, come on. Like, talk to people. You can't. That's what it was. I had to have a good talk to myself and say, you not gonna get to where you want to go if you gonna keep being scared of talking to people. So I remember I used to eat breakfast in the caf freshman year. I met so many of my friends to this day from eating breakfast in the caf because, first of all, it's a very unique community that wakes up to go. And I would literally go in there.
I stayed in Monroe.
I would go in. Cool. Matter of fact, Jonathan, Mr. Senior last year, like we were close before the court because we used to eat breakfast together. Like, and I remember Jonathan was like, "Hey, we always eat here together." That's how we met. But once he did that, I started doing that to other people, and I would just go sit with them for breakfast. But I think once you do it, you know, a few times, it's like, okay, it's not that awkward.
Right. That's facts.
What's your advice?
About networking, the same thing I tell the freshmen at new student orientation. Everybody is nervous and everybody feels the exact same way inside, but it's all about that person who's going to be determined enough to step outside of their shell. So don't be afraid, because at the end of the day, everybody needs to do the same thing. We all need to network, but it's all about that person who will actually step and say, "Hey, how you doing? What's your name?" Because you're all in the same spot. You're all in the same space. I remember my freshman year. I remember these 3 girls. They're actually, they were not sisters. Yeah, anyway, it was a random story. Jess, Morgan, and it's another one, I forgot her name. And they were all sitting at the table, and it was freshman year. I'm from Michigan, by the way, so I had just came down here. I didn't know anybody from the campaign, and I was just I was in the caf when I did eat the caf.
I love the caf.
I ain't been in the caf since freshman year.
Exactly. I go from time to time.
They used to tease me because I be in the caf.
But I walked up to them after. I was like, I don't have no friends. Can I sit with y'all? And they were like, yeah. And from then, they literally just opened the door. From then, they were sophomores and I was freshmen. So it's all about who's gonna be determined enough, who's gonna have the tenacity to stand up and say, hey, this is what it is.
And like, I think when it comes to networking, it don't always have to be like an ulterior motive. Like, you don't have to be, I'm just talking to this person because I need something from them. Like, if I'm doing that, just to like break out of my shell, because I didn't know anybody when I came here. I really developed like a passion for just wanting to know people, like, oh hey, like, and that's completely fine. I think that those type of connections are what really benefit you in the long run.
And
Like
honestly,
the connections that aren't forced.
Right.
which are like kind of like friendships, and you benefit from friendships most, honestly.
That's facts. Yeah. For me, I feel like y'all said, just talking to somebody, because you never even know. Like, one thing I had to get out of is not judging people, but you never know what somebody's going through. So just talking to them, because they may have been having a bad day, and that simple hello or I like your outfit, something like that, really would have made their day. Like, I remember one time we had like a program when I was ASL, and we were like writing little notes to each other.
ASL.
Yeah, that was a
the
throwback.
I know they denied me too.
That's crazy. Why would they do that?
Oh.
I don't know why, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Duh.
I like that. That was cute. I'm dead, but oh my god! But we were writing little notes in there at this program, and basically this girl, she had said that I had made her day in the note because I had came and talked to her like before the program started. I was just over there talking to her, and she was like, I made her day, and it was just so nice that I went and talked to her, because I feel like one thing people really have to remember, like I said, is you don't know where people are coming from. And another thing I want to bring up with that is when you come to college, you're able to create your own story. And I don't mean come here and be like fake or anything like that, but everything that happened back at home, you can start over.
It's a fresh start.
It's a fresh start. You don't have to bring all of that baggage, that stuff that hurts you. You don't have to bring it with you to college. Like, this is the place where you really get to meet new people that are really going to brighten your day. You're able to really build yourself up. And I just feel like just as advice when you're coming into college, don't feel like you have to bring all of that with you. Don't feel like you have to bring that weight with you. You can be whoever you want to be in college. And just for me, for example, in high school, I got suspended a lot. I always was in trouble. That was my story. But I came here and I created a different name for myself. So people wouldn't even know that about me unless they know me from high school, like
That's
Dante and
nice.
Latrell. That was the only two people that would probably know
We
that.
went to high school together?
Yeah, we went to high school together. So
That's
we go
nice.
way, way back, but nobody would ever know that. So it's like you really get to create who you want to be, but don't be acting like you're from some fake places and stuff like that. Somebody will know about that. But everything else, look, don't do that. Everybody else, look, I'm from Charlotte when I'm in the parties, but I was talking about some, yeah, I'm from Charlotte in the parties, but
I'm
no,
calm.
that's facts. What's the biggest lesson y'all learned while y'all been here? That's a hard one. What is mine? Okay, I can start.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Start. My biggest lesson I've learned is not to regret anything, because, like I said, I feel like I would beat myself up if I failed on something. I would beat myself up even when I said I was sad that I didn't get to network as much as I've been in college and stuff like that. But I feel like just don't regret anything, because everything that's happening, even right here in this very moment, is supposed to happen the way it's supposed to happen. Like, I feel like we never really love the moment that we're in, and I wouldn't be where I am had I not did some of the things I did. So I feel like we have to really appreciate every part of every second of every day, like really appreciate the moment and stuff like that. So try not to really live life with no regrets, for real. Like, just appreciate everything that's going on.
That's so good.
That's good.
Ooh, don't say me like
That's good. That was
You wanna
good.
go?
No.
I think the biggest thing I've learned is the importance of like managing your thinking. So like when they say, like I used to take karate, and like he used to always make us drill like attitude determines altitude, attitude determines altitude. But like when you're able to properly manage your thoughts, that changes everything. I don't even know. Yeah, that's basically everything. Like I think a lot of people doubt themselves. And let's say you have somebody with the same capability as me, but if one person believes that they can do it and the other person is like, the person who believes that they can do it is going to do it.
Exactly.
And I think that that's really what has helped me like tremendously, just trusting God. Like for me, you can ask anybody, I think I can jump
do anything
across the planets. I really think I can do that because like God has given me that confidence. But I've seen that when I believe that I can do things, that I believe in God and the power of His power, then the sky is really the limit. Like Miss A&T, like yeah, I dreamed about that, but I didn't. You know,
That's a word.
at first, and I was like, I mean, why not? Why not me?
That's a good word. Y'all little stuff is just cute.
We have
Like,
so.
That is so cute.
Yeah, mine. I'm just gonna go back to point one I made. Failure. Failure is okay. Failure makes you. Failure does not break you. Because in college I failed a lot. Now I've never failed a class.
That's a whole testimony.
That's the whole testimony.
I had to drop the class.
I've had to
I
withdraw.
dropped the class.
It's okay.
Calculus whooped my butt. Make sure y'all go to class. Make sure y'all go to class.
Please go to class. But yeah, failure is okay. Like even with Mr. A&T, I tell people all the time, I ran for Mr. Sophomore, I lost. I ran for Mr. Junior, I lost. Didn't really want to run, but then wanted to run at the same time. Was really torn between running for Mr. A&T, but I just stepped out on faith and I did it. And yeah, so failure is it's okay. It's really okay. That's something I learned, and like not to brag or anything, but I didn't take a lot of L's like in high school. High school was just like a High School Musical. Like it was just a great time. Like
that's Troy so bad.
Wait.
He's Troy
You think he's Troy Bolton?
No, he literally does.
That's
Wait, that's Sharpay, right? Okay. We have a routine.
We got everything. Yeah, but failure is okay. Like I didn't take that many L's in high school, but coming to college, I got L after L after L after in every entity that you can think of: family, friends, academics, schooling, anything like crazy L's. But it's all about how I bounce back from them L's.
Right. I like that you had said like you failed twice. You failed twice running for a position and it didn't work out, but you still went after it that third time. And that's really important because I feel like sometimes with me, and I'm gonna kind of play off both. I'm gonna play off what both of y'all said. But basically, like what you were saying, if you really believe that you can do something, it really can happen. And what you're saying about really keep going after something, that's important because when we're in our heads so much, not controlling our thoughts, we can just have all these negative thoughts like, what if I run and I don't win? Or what if I apply for this and I don't get it? And it's like, I don't want 10 years from now to go by and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, what if, like who wants to live like that?
I thought about that.
Like, I do not want to live like that. So right now, what I've been doing just while I've been young is really going after everything I can think of. Really, like everything that crosses my mind. I'm like, let me go after that. Because like I'm saying, I do not want to be 30 years old sitting there like, oh, what if I ran for this position? Or what if like, you can't do it now. So why sit up there and live with that what if? Like, that shit really like brings you down, I feel like. So, and definitely controlling your thoughts and things like that is important because I think we get to decide our mood every day and people don't realize it. Like, we're capable of deciding who we're going to be today. We're capable of how we're going to present ourselves to other people, what attitude we're going to show them. When I wake up every morning, I make sure to just say, today is going to be a great day. And nobody has control over my emotions. That's something I really had to learn is to not let other people have control over my emotions because I was big on blaming people like, oh, you made me upset. And it's like, no, you ain't make me upset. I decided to react that way. So I think that's something that's really important that people don't realize is you choose your reaction. You choose how your day is going to go. Even I was mad because my paper, now this really did make me mad, but I had to fix myself. I had my paper, I was typing a paper, and I was already late with the paper, and the paper deleted. So I'm sitting there like, I'm mad. And then I was like, the paper gone. I'm still mad. Look, I let it out. Yeah, let it out, and then you gotta keep going. Like nothing. Me sitting up here dwelling on this ain't going. The paper ain't gonna be typed like that. So don't dwell on things. Really wake up every day and decide that you're gonna have a great day. You're not gonna let people control your emotions and stuff like that. So lastly, I want to ask y'all, what's that major? Y'all been dropping gems the whole episode, but what's that major gem y'all have for somebody coming into college? Like that one thing. If you only could tell somebody one thing, what would be that one thing you would tell them?
Okay, this may be very cliche, but I would say to somebody coming into college that you are in control of your destiny. I mean, God's technically in control, but y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like when I say you are in control of your destiny, no matter where you are, you can move and shape to make things happen. Whether that's networking, whether that's hard work you're gonna put into your classes, what kind of organizations you want to get involved in, but the opportunities are endless. Like you are capable of, I think
Take two.
Action! Take two. Y'all, the camera died on us, and Dawn was about to preach, but she dropped gems all episodes, so I'm gonna end it here because I don't even know what footage it really caught. They caught a lot of it. They caught all of it, but not the last part. But it's all right because y'all gonna get the gems from live around campus and all of that. But thank you guys for watching this episode. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I know you guys are super busy because you know they celebrities or whatever. So
You need one book.
what? Oh my God!
You were like,
I just be posting.
What?
I just be
where was the last place you went?
Puerto Rico.
No, but you were in
I
like,
just posted a picture in Costa Rica, but I wasn't.
no, it was somewhere like, you were in Jamaica. Did you go to Jamaica?
That was 2 years ago. I went to Jamaica.
Well, you were somewhere, you was eating. You was eating, and you were like in our hotel, and you was like,
Like living her best life.
and I was like, this girl just be taking trips. Can I go in next year?
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Her Instagram name is literally her life.
Marry the cash.
Y'all
And where this at?
Don't do that. They just trying to, you know how they try.
What?
No, I'm so serious.
I'm
What?
dead.
I'm trying to get over
We
it.
gonna go.
No,
on
look,
the
she's
next-
in Puerto Rico.
Don't do that.
Hey, this how you do it?
I'm dead, yes, you can see it.
She's in Puerto Rico.
Well, look, with that being said, I'm gonna leave all our social media handles so you can follow all of us. And I really appreciate you guys for watching another episode of Tea Time with Key. We'll see you on the next one.